Hi guys, General Splatton here. Ooh, I get the fur flying now. No, not really. I mean, the response to this idea about resolution has been just tremendous from all of you guys, and I just want to thank you. I mean, your comments and your questions and your views and observations have been just wonderful, and I really, really appreciate it. And a big shout out and thank you to Nataku for helping me get this going. The video is on warmongergameday.com, so you can go there and view it too. Also, I put up a response that I'm fixing to read that helps to clarify exactly what we're talking about here, and kind of broadens or deepens the subject matter. It's a little more refined now, and so I want to read that to you, and then I'll have a few comments in just a moment. To begin with, resolution refers to the closest viewing distance in inches or centimeters for a miniature before imperfections can be seen. This definition is just the first draft, so it will probably change with time. However, it is a good place to start. We are all familiar with the idea of resolution as it relates to other areas, i.e. computer monitor resolution, television resolution, or photograph resolution. Resolution as it pertains to miniatures is the idea of what is the closest distance I can get to a figure and it still looks pleasing to the eye without the imperfections of the painting showing through. In this instance, the lower the number, the better. Competition miniatures that win the awards and we see in the magazines and drool over would have a 1-inch resolution or less. I can't focus that close, but in other words, that miniature would hold its quality even under magnification. Remember, closer is better. Is this the perfect system? No. Even with the concept of judgment, subjectivity is a big part of the equation. Further, your abilities as a judge to play a major role with this idea as well. I can look to my own growth as a painter to see this is so. In just 6 months' time, I've grown tremendously as a painter. As a result, I now have a more developed idea and understanding of what to look for when viewing unpainted figures and finished works. Yet, I still have so much more to learn. Resolution is an idea that seeks at its heart to level the playing field of judgment. If I say tabletop standard, immediately in your mind, you picture a level of painted quality. Guess what? That is not the same picture I have in my mind, nor is it the same level of quality. However, if I say this figure has a resolution or viewing distance of 2 feet, you can instantly picture yourself looking at that mini from 2 feet away. In other words, a more precise description has been utilized. Does this resolution hold up as a description of judgment criteria in all facets? Nope. Why? 3 reasons. First is the judgment capabilities of the individual. Second is subjectivity. And third, objectivity. You are the judge. The abilities of the individual to see and know what to look for is a huge factor in this idea. How capable are you? How capable am I? I am more qualified than I was 6 months ago, and I hope to be far more capable 6 months from now. So I believe it is safe to say that growth of knowledge must bring about a new evaluation of previous resolution judgment too. Resolution can be a more universal rating still because it fosters a beginning quantitative marker. Let's look at subjectivity more closely. Subjectivity has at its center the idea of what an individual personally likes. Personal likes and dislikes, choices of color, techniques used, the composition of the various elements like basing choices, mood of the viewer, and so many other factors make up the realm of subjective interpretation. What I like, you may not like, and vice versa. Now, the question must therefore become, how do we more clearly define a standard whereby we can start our debate about the individual merits of a painted miniature and its level of refinement? That's where the idea of resolution plays its role, by giving a more descriptive way to express the painted quality of the model being observed. Resolution standardizes the scales of labels being used. Lastly, we come to objectivity. Objectivity has at its core personal biases. This is not the same as likes and dislikes associated with subjectivity. The ability to remain neutral without prejudice is what we are speaking of here, and it is very hard to accomplish. Two examples of one individual can illustrate my point. How does an individual judge his own resolution for his own miniature? What if he is very critical of himself and his work? He will then err on the side of giving himself a higher resolution than what is appropriate. Remember, lower is better. On the other hand, what if that same individual were trying to protect his ego? He would then give himself a lower resolution. Ego in both instances will always play that role. Both show the individual bias of that individual when viewing his own work. This idea does not stop at the individual but continues beyond his personal boundaries and is applied to others as well. For instance, he may be biased toward women in the hobby and give their work lower resolutions or higher resolutions as a result. Resolution helps to narrow down that distance that bias tries to extend. What have we learned? Resolution is not perfect and will never be. However, it is a useful judgment scale that can help one individual convey a particular description to another individual as a common reference point to begin their debate. Resolution is another tool we can harness to further our hobby, and that is all it needs to be. So guys, I hope that clarifies it a little bit better, and it's going to get clearer still, I hope, in the future by the questions and comments and ideas that you bring to the table. I mean, like I said, the response has been tremendous. And one of the things that has really impressed me is that the way they've been portrayed. I mean, there's no haters, there's no fur flying. I mean, you've been very respectful and very supportive in your comments and your questions and the points that you bring to the table. I mean, yes, I'm putting myself out there like anybody would that's on YouTube, but I mean, there's been no derogatory comments, no flame language or anything like that. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better response from any of you guys. I mean, you guys are tremendous, and I thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart. I mean, it has been a wonderful experience. I am loving this. But to get a little further into it, you know, the labels we use and the things we say, like tabletop quality, you know, it brings to mind so many different ways to look at it as far as what you picture in your mind. I mean, yeah, I thought about this yesterday. You know, a guy might say tabletop quality. Yeah, but that tabletop quality resolution might be 3 states. So, you know, we've all seen those miniatures out there. But getting back to what we're talking about here, you know, resolution, I think, is a tool that we can utilize, and that's all it's supposed to be and meant to be. It's just a way we can further talk about our hobbies. It's a good jumping off point for judgment of miniatures, and that's all I want it to be. And I think it's a useful tool that we can utilize. We still got a ways to go on the refinement and getting the word out, but I think it can really benefit us as miniature painters and hobbyists out there. So I'm looking forward to your views upon what I've just read and the boiling down more precisely of the idea. Keep giving me those ideas, keep giving me those thoughts that jog my mind. There's just so much out there that I need to go with and think about, and that you need to think about and go with. So I mean, I'm just having the time of my life with this. I mean, I'm having so much fun that painting, what's painting? I hadn't even thought about painting anything else today or last night. I spent hours upon hours. I've got a ton of new subscribers, and thank you guys for all the subscribers I have. I hope I keep you entertained. I hope it's something that you can learn from, and I just look forward to being with you guys and sharing what little I know and what little I discover as I grow as a painter. So as you continue to please rate, please subscribe, and man, please make those comments available to me. I mean, I'm loving every one of them. I mean, your support has been just tremendous. So I really appreciate it, and you guys are really, really the best. Well, this is General Splatton. I'll talk again.